Yeah, that was an interesting one.
So.
I would have gone to have a conversation earlier if I'd known that was going to be the trick.
We're good?
Ready, Gina?
Yeah, I think we're okay. It won't, trying to pick up these old ones, so I don't know.
Start. 10 yards penalty.
Delay game.
I thought we'd be out here by 6:30.
Picked the wrong night to be on time. I'm just kidding. It's my first.
I think we're okay. It's showing that we've got sound.
Okay.
So I'll continue to mess with this, so we can get started.
We're good?
We're good, yeah.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Today is August 12th, 2025. Welcome to the Town of Woodfin Planning Board of Adjustment meeting. At this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order. I would also like to ask that everyone attending this meeting, please place your phones on silent so we do not disrupt this meeting. And I'm now going to take roll to certify the board quorum. Mr. Hanson?
Here.
Mr. Valentine?
Here.
Mr. Deroni?
Here.
Mr. Hopkins?
Here.
Mr. Vihon?
Here.
Mr. Young, absent, and Michael Hayes, present. That being said, we move on to the, has everyone had a chance to look at the agenda?
Yes.
So any questions, concerns? If not, can someone make a motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Has everybody had a chance to review July 1st minutes?
Yes.
Any questions, concerns?
No.
With that being said, could someone make a motion to approve it?
Make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public comment. Shannon, do we have anybody signed up for that? Okay, that's fine. So we'll open and close that part of it.
I'm sorry, did you sign up for public comment? No? Okay, nope, we're good.
We don't have any unfinished business that I'm aware of. New business. And that, I will turn over to Shannon.
All right. Well, thank you. Good evening. My name is Shannon Tuck. I am the town manager for the town of Woodfin, and I'll be filling in for Ricky Hurley, who is the planning director, who is enjoying a week off with his family, vacationing, and I don't even know where. Ricky is no moss grows on Ricky. So the request that's before you this evening is what we call a general rezoning, and more specifically, it's the rezoning of a just under 1/2 acre property located on Goodman Road. And the rezoning request is to change the zoning designation from Mountain Village to Residential District R10. The property is currently vacant and is identified in the Buncombe County tax record, as is noted here on the screen. So this is the Exhibit A zoning map. We always use black and white maps. I don't know if this was ever explained to the board, but we use black and white maps because Exhibit A zoning maps have to be recorded with the ordinance, and the Register of Deeds requires black and white. So we start with the basic exhibit map that shows the subject property and what it's currently zoned, Mountain Village, and what it's being changed to, R10. And you can see the R10 parcels to the west.
Shannon, can I ask a question?
Mhm.
If you follow Goodman Road, so is Riverside Drive on the left, real close there?
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
okay, so we're
Yeah.
close to Riverside Drive.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
the-
close,
The
yeah.
place that we looked at a couple times ago is
Across, that's,
Up north.
oh, okay.
And when we talk about zoning, I find it's easier than looking at the black and white. It's easier to look at the color. So all of the Mountain Village zoning is that olive green color, and the residential R10 is that light blue color. And you can see there's heavy industrial also noted, which is the property to the south, which is the MSD facility to the south.
I had a question on this, so I'm glad you just put that color piece up because on the previous slide,
Mhm.
that 0453 property that's right to the east of it,
Mhm.
I was wondering what its designation was because it's blank. So
Right, right.
it's Mountain Village.
It is. It's
also?
Mountain
Okay.
Village. Yeah,
Oh, so I guess from looking at it, so this is all at the far end of Goodman Road then, right?
correct. This is,
The end where it kind of stopped. Oh, all right,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
so Goodman Road, actually, you'll see the public maintenance ends. It's a little bit hard to tell. I think maybe we can, yeah. So you can see that public right of way and you can see where it ends. Well, it's a little bit hard to see on the screen, but then there's essentially a private road or a private driveway that serves this property as well as I think 4 or 5 parcels to the east. So that's how the property is accessed, is from this private portion of Goodman Road. So when we talk about straight rezonings, and there's an important distinction to make about a straight or a general rezoning versus a conditional zoning. Conditional zoning is a zoning change that's tied to a specific development proposal, and there's a site plan. So a conditional zoning approval is approving the zoning change, but it's also approving that site plan. For a general or a straight rezoning, there is no development proposal, at least nothing that's on the books, something that could be contemplated, but there is no active development proposal. And and anything that would be allowed in R10 would be allowed in theory with a straight zoning change. So it's not limiting what could go on the property. When we talk about general rezonings, it's very important that we reference and we check the future land use map, which is adopted as part of the town's comprehensive plan. The future land use map looks out to where, as the town grows and adds population and adds density and adds housing, where should that be located? And in this particular case, you can see that the future land use map has all of that R10 and Mountain Village property designated as residential 1. And residential 1 is described in the comprehensive plan as a variety of providing a variety of modest housing, small scale single family and small scale multifamily, duplexes, things of that nature, accessory dwellings, and then all residential districts also support non-residential uses that are intended to meet a public purpose, so like churches, schools, community centers, things of that nature. So the rezoning from Mountain Village to R10 is consistent with the existing future land use map designation of residential 1. So that's important to note. So we do not, this rezoning does not require a change in the future land use map.
So with Mountain Village, that could have a combination of residential and commercial, correct? Like
The
they have
commercial
shops.
is extremely limited.
Okay, so-
It's effectively a residential zoning
Okay.
designation. And interestingly, Mountain Village and R10 have the same density. They're both 8 units an acre, approximately 8 units an acre. The main difference between Mountain Village and R10 is R10 is a more traditional subdivision. So it's a single family home on a single lot, and it's usually a lot of, that's at least 10,000 square feet. In Mountain Village, that's usually a planned community. Adoption of a Mountain Village or developing a Mountain Village property would require a master plan, and it's usually a variety of housing types. And because of that, the flexibility for the lot sizes and the setbacks is much greater. So in some regards, this is considered a down zoning. And down zoning is often a tricky endeavor. It's difficult for a municipality to initiate a down zoning, but a property owner can request a down zoning. And that is the case here. The property owner is making this request.
So if any possible commercial is out the door now,
Is out the door.
strictly residential has to be a house and that's it.
Strictly residential and small scale residential. So it does expand the kind of residences that are permitted on this property. So it would allow manufactured housing in addition to stick built, but that is consistent with the development pattern in the
All
neighborhood.
right, thank you, Chris. I'm sorry I stepped on you.
Oh, you almost started to answer it. I was going to ask what the driving factor for rezoning was, but I could ask the property owners, or because I don't think I caught that in here.
Yeah, and again, it's just a better fit for the property owner. So it expands the types of housing that can be used on the property, but it reduces the flexibility for lot sizes and setbacks.
So being in R10 where they can get 8 units per acre, since this 1.5, they could get 12 units on this, would they have to come back with plans to build on this property?
Less
So
than-
this is less than a half
less than
acre.
0.47.
Yeah, so at best, they could do maybe 4 units, but I'm not even sure this property will support 4 units for a variety of reasons.
Okay. Because
That
in
I'll-
residential
that I'll
now,
get
they're
into
going to have
in a moment.
setbacks and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
Now, if it goes to
Correct.
R10.
They have setbacks. There's also railroad right of way, or, power line right of way that you can't see here. Well, let me just cycle through the slides and we'll come back for some
Sorry.
more questions. So here's an aerial, so you can see the subject property is hatched in white, and you can see the development pattern in the area. It's the shape of the lots is somewhat inconsistent, but they're moderate to large lots with one single family structure, and the structures are a variety of types. Yes, sir.
This side of the lot, so the south side, about equidistant to where the road is. On the other side, there is some kind of
A line.
a line
Yeah.
that goes through. What is that?
I assume that's a utility line,
Well,
like a
it's
power line of
not-
some kind. Well, this is the MSD property, so it might be a service line to MSD. I'm not sure.
Do you mean the
It-
vertical one?
No.
Oh, there's a horizontal line
And
that
I'm
runs
not
across
talking
the
about
screen.
the line itself. I'm talking about almost, looks like a trail or a barrier or a dry creek or a little something.
You can actually see a service line. Like, if you look really closely.
Right there.
Okay. All right. Then
Oh, okay, you were looking to the
Perfect.
south. I thought
You
But
were.
that's
are
strictly
looking at what I was
MSD
looking
property.
But that's MSD property. It's not part of this
Okay.
proposal.
And the property that's to the east of it that isn't getting rezoned R10, that's staying Mountain Village.
Correct, yeah.
Um,
Let me go back. So, oh, sorry. So there are about 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 residential lots to the east that kind of follow that same line up north of the MSD property, all served by that good private road of Goodman, that portion of Goodman Road that's private. We may want to consider, as we do our land use or land use code update, looking at some of the zoning maps, because really all of those properties are already developed and they are more consistent with R10 than they are with Mountain Village. So it doesn't preclude somebody from putting an assemblage of parcels together, but because they're already developed, that seems unlikely. So it's probably better suited to R10, but that'll be a conversation for another day.
Gotcha.
Again, those property owners may not wish to have the reduced flexibility. They may want to have it, so we don't know yet. So here's the survey for the property when the lot was created. You can see that private drive that comes off of the dead end of the publicly maintained portion of Goodman Road. That is the private road that provides the access to this property. It's tract number 1 on the far left, and you can see the power line right away that goes through the western edge of the property. And you can see that here in one of the site photos, that power line. So that takes a chunk of the property out of the potential development footprint. So it's really a pretty straightforward single family and accessory unit kind of property. Here's a good view of looking down the property, and you can see for Woodfin is quite developable, pretty flat for us. So some additional considerations is that rezoning the property to R10 does more closely match the existing development pattern for this area. The Mountain Village zoning classification is more suitable for parcels that are usually about 5 acres or greater, because again, those require a master plan, and you usually plan at the community level and not at an individual lot level. And then the proposed rezoning would reduce the amount of allowable density in a neighborhood that has limited access to public sewer. So it wouldn't tax the infrastructure unnecessarily. And with all of that said, the staff does support approval of the proposed rezoning of the subject property from Mountain Village to R10. Be happy to answer any additional questions you may have.
Does anyone have questions for Shannon at this point? Then can we have the applicant come up?
If they would like to, anything you'd like to add?
You covered it pretty well, Shannon.
Okay.
Well, do you guys have questions for the applicant? Because if so, we got to bring them up. Any questions for applicant?
No.
I only wondered what is this what you guys wanted? I mean, you obviously initiated it. Was there?
Can you come up to the podium for the record? Just state your name and address for the record, please. This way it's officially that you're.
My name is Hugh Meenan, and I live in Weaverville, 85 Lakeshore Drive. And this property is for my daughter Casey and her family, so I'm just here to help her.
Okay.
So you noticed that it was Mountain Village. Was there a reason that you wanted to have it rezoned to R10?
So the type of home that we want to have built on the property is not approved for Mountain Village, and it is for R10. And there's just one residential unit that we want to put on that property. We really wouldn't support any more than that anyway. Just one house, yeah.
So I guess I will ask that officially you are requesting this.
No, that's Casey
The
is.
applicant is requesting this. The town is not pushing this on you. I'm just making it for
Correct,
the record.
yes.
Okay?
The applicant
for
is
the record.
requesting it and ask for your approval to do that.
Do we have any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Do we have any other questions, concerns? Seems straightforward to everyone? Okay.
I'd like to make a motion.
Oh, what, we need public public hearing first.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. Has anybody in the public for this want to speak? Okay, and we'll close the public. And
Okay.
Scott. Mr. Hanson.
I move to approve these rezoning of 0.47 acres from the Mountain Village District to R10 Residential District as shown on Exhibits A and B, and find that the request is reasonable, is in the public interest, is consistent with the Town of Woodfin Comprehensive Plan, and meets the development needs of the community in that the request uses the future land use map for guide development decisions, promotes fiscal responsibility by encouraging growth in areas with existing services over other areas, and makes government decision-making accessible and transparent to all residents.
Okay, then I will poll the board. Mr. Hanson. Mr.
Yes.
Valentine.
Approve.
Mr. Deroni.
Approved.
Mr. Hopkins.
Approved.
Mr. Vihan. And Michael Hayes, approved. Congratulations, unanimous. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And thank you. That sounds like a nice idea. I'm glad we're improving that, so that's good.
Not even 6:30.
That's pretty good, yes. With that being said, I just want to make one little quick announcement here. So I'll just remind everybody, if possible, if you're available, that I've asked for a training class, and Shannon has set up a training class for us and the town council board. That'll be on Wednesday, August 27th from 9 till 12. And Brian Golden, I don't know if everybody who's been previously has met him. He's taught us stuff in the past, so that should be a good training class. So if you can make it, please try to make that.
And we will be providing lunch. So if we run over a little bit, we'll have some lunch. We can kind of hang out and chit chat. It'll be in this room. Yes, sir.
Can I just ask one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the final approval on your decision is still subject to review by the council? Is that right?
Yes.
I believe the proper procedure is we will write up the order. It'll come to me and I'll sign the order, and then it'll go to council at the next council meeting. I'm
Not,
asking, I believe.
not in September. It'll go in October.
And they typically
Or-
accept it?
Sorry, not in August. It'll go in
Go in September.
September, sorry.
Not August, we're a little too late for that. But do they typically accept your recommendations?
Typically, yes.
Officially, I can't answer that, but yes.
They're not bound to this. So what the planning board's an advisory body. They make a recommendation to council. But more often than not, the council follows the same recommendation that the board provides.
It's a non-controversial
Mhm.
request. I would-
This is very straightforward. I wouldn't see it.
Yeah, these are nice.
I can't say never. I can never say never. That's why I said officially, I'm not going to say yes, they are, but that's the process.
Just the likelihood was the question. So,
Mhm. Anything else? Questions, comments? Anything you want to talk about? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, meeting is concluded. Thank you, everyone.
Give us a gavel.
We got a gavel.